When you have between 5 and 750 applicants for less than 10 spots, one of the easiest criteria to use to filter out the good candidates from the less good candidates, or the good from the great, is the grades. These are not determinative, but they are extremely persuasive. Candidate is somebody who has distinction or honors coming out of first semester. They're typically already heading toward the dean's list and they have an A average. Tier 2 candidates are a mixture of A's and B's, and they will still be competitive for the vast majority of firms in 1L. So having a few B's doesn't knock you out of the running. The problem really starts to occur at Tier 3 when you have a B average. So not a few B's, your average is a B. This means you're either at the median or just below. Remember, a firm is likely to look at that as a candidate who's inconsistent in their work product, which is a danger because it means they don't know if from one assignment to the next you're going to do very well, exceptionally well, or whether you're going to follow the minimum expectations. The firms also look for, apart from grades, that they weigh heavily into the decision-making criteria is relevant work experience. I don't mean legal work experience. Relevant work experience is anything that allows you to gain the transferable skills that a firm would be looking for in any of their associates. This includes corporate work experience. The reason firms value this so highly, for example, jobs in banking, private equity, or consulting, is because they do give you client-facing skills, critical thinking, analytical and problem-solving skills. You're likely to have worked well in a team setting, and you're likely to have taken instruction with a competitive environment and having to produce high-quality output under pressure. So those are great experiences to emphasize. On the entrepreneurial side, firms increasingly look to students to take initiative, project manage, be go-getters, operate with limited instructions, and own with a high degree of accountability the type of work that they are assigned. So entrepreneurial work itself is well regarded, especially if you can demonstrate over time progression. Things like that are really helpful. So entrepreneurial work in general, and then progression over time within an entrepreneurial environment is even better. Any job that demonstrates grit should also be emphasized. So for those of you who think my job working at Tim Hortons, or my job working at a restaurant, or my job as a janitor sweeping floors is not relevant, think again. A lot of those types of jobs require you to have grit, strong work ethic, work long hours without complaint, be part of a team in which there are heavy demands on you, especially during peak periods, and for you to be able to think quickly and adapt on your feet. All of these are also relevant in a law firm environment. Where you can emphasize any of these three, firms will give you extra points. You don't necessarily get more points for having simply worked in law. That's no longer something they exclusively focus on. So just make sure whatever your work experience or your work history is, that you highlight your ability to demonstrate value add. In other words, when you're hired, you go above and beyond what the average person in the same position would have done. Focus on how you disproportionately benefited your employer and the team you were part of by doing things that others wouldn't normally do. That value add is the contribution they're looking for you to make at the firm.